I'm breathing a sigh of relief now because we were just preparing to do something incredible in the kitchen and Zoe asked, is this a competition?
No, I didn't know,
No.
because it's two stations set up. I'm like, and it's me against Ryle. So I was like, oh, is this a competition?
No, it's too early on a Monday for that. We'll bring the competitions through a little bit later. This can be a competition with yourself, I think, to see if you can make it as good as you think you can. Right? So it's all about nostalgia for this one, especially seeing that we're diving into the world of mellows. And I want you and Zanzi to obviously get ready for this because this is something that I've brought with me from my childhood.
Okay.
It's something as simple as making s'mores. I don't know if you ever did that by the campfire or
we did.
anything similar. Yeah?
We did, but I wish I had thought ahead of making it with delicious mellows.
I know, right? So that was the level up. But obviously on Expresso Show, we're going to level up even more and we're going to take this s'more and put it in a wrap and do something absolutely crazy with it. So follow along, Mzansi. Let's have some fun with this one. And as I said, there's something exciting to talk about because we're doing mellow-style s'mores. So I know you're going to enjoy this one. Okay. And we've got the strawberry flavor too. So
we're going to go for the strawberry flavor. So Ryle, talk me through this recipe.
Okay, so normally, obviously, in the campfire, you literally just take your s'more and stuff it between two biscuits, get it all melted and soft, and then chow away. But, of course, with this one, we're stepping it up a bit. So we're going to take 3 mellows, right?
Okay.
3 mellows and place it in the center. So keep it nice and centered with our wrap right now. So that's your first step.
And
Very
this is going to be
easy.
so nice. Just be careful, you've got some wrapping
Ooh,
there.
thank you so much. And yeah, you can do whatever you want in terms of how you place these together because at the end of the day, they're probably going to melt and combine with all the other goodness. So don't be too crazy with how you place these together, just as long as they're nice and close, I think. Right, so step number 1, pop that in the bin. Step number 1 is done. Now we're going to take our biscuits. We're going to take 2 biscuits, right? So normally you take 2 biscuits and they would be on the outside with your sort of mellow on the inside. But this time we're doing it crazily and taking 2 biscuits and simply plonking it straight on top.
Okay.
Just like that, yeah. Now comes the interesting and unique part where you can either fold, create a rainbow, create some sort of a basket, but we essentially want to cover this all up, right?
Okay.
Does that make sense? So you can create a fold like this, a normal fold over, or you can even create like pleats if you're feeling like you
want to be
fancy enough to do that. I don't think I'm at that level yet, so you might be, but there we go. That's as simple as it is. So I've created my wrap on my side. I see you've got a good swing of yours there too. Yeah. And now we're literally going to take some of this melted butter and baste that onto the top of our beautiful wrap here. So that's just going to kind of give it that sort of golden brown texture. Maybe also glue some of the folds together so all that gooey goodness doesn't just ooze out when we're heating this together. But voila, as you can see on my side and Zoe's side, it is done and dusted, and that's ready to go onto the braai or the skillet or the griddle, whatever you do have that's nice and hot.
Okay, so I'm going to go in with it on the griddle.
And I like the side you're using.
Well.
Oh, yeah, we've got space for that. Let me just
I thought I'd seal it first before flipping it, because
So
I know we put the chocolates on this side.
Yes, and I was going to advise that because that was the advice I got as well, because I think it would ooze out too much if we didn't seal it at the bottom. So a great tip coming through from Zoe there. Start with the folded side first, and then you can seal that together.
So this is obviously hitting a nostalgic element for you. When did this recipe come together for the first time?
I don't think this specific recipe was ever something that I did. Obviously, this is like an elevated version of like the s'mores that I used to use and the mellows that we would get creative with. But I literally think it was my cousin that was one of the biggest contributors to unlocking the nature boy within me. So shout out to Alistair Dream Wilder. That's my cousin. He's a crazy runner and a mountain enthusiast. And I think he was the one that showed me that it's the simple things like this that you can really make memories out of when you're going out on these crazy adventures. It's really simple to incorporate something like a s'more into your recipe or into your moment. And that's what we did. And it's those small moments that provided great conversations, memories, and things that have lasted a lifetime. And look where we are, right here on live TV, sprucing it up and sharing it with the Mzansi. And I think anybody that's been on a camp or outdoors can resonate to a meal like this or anything s'more inspired.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, well, listen, when it comes to mellows, they're launching a new flavor. Do you have any guesses of what that new flavor could be? Now, you also stand a chance to win one of 6 clicks vouchers valued at 1,500 Rand each. Simply reply to the competition post that's on Expresso's Facebook, X, or Instagram pages and submit your guess of what you think the new flavor could be. We have a clue. The baked treat combines the flavors of allspice, nutmeg, and cinnamon.
Ooh.
Don't forget to include that hashtag Let the Hunt Begin. The competition will close on the 27th of March, and there are T's and C's that can be found on our website, expressoshow.com. I'm going to give it a bit of a flip because I did turn up the
Oh,
heat.
it's looking good.
Look at that
Absolutely
beautiful little griddle tattoo.
And fast forward into time, and you'll get something like this, which you can replicate on expressoshow.com at your service. Nicely done.
Well done. Good recipe.